Hello everyone. So let's start with next topic, that is Boolean and logical operators. Okay. So what are Boolean operators? Boolean operators we already know as uh, you have seen in relational operators. Relational operators return two values, either true or false. Okay. So if we talk about Boolean operators, there are only two Boolean operators. One is true. True is a keyword in Python. As you can see, the color is changed. And second one is false. Okay, so true and false, there are only two Boolean operators available. Okay, so let's move forward and uh, move forward with logical operators. Okay, so what are logical operators? Logical operators came from logic gates. Okay, so logic gates, you have seen different logic gates and or XOR. So we have some of them as names or as words. In Python, everything is very simple. So if you want to use not operator, that is exclamation mark. So we can use a word not. So not is a keyword in Python, and it is used for logical not. Okay. So how this not works? So let me write other two as well. So next one is and last one is or. So there are three types of logical operators here, and uh, let's check how they work. Okay, so I'm writing. They only work in true and false. They only work on true and false. Okay, so you can write, for example, if I'm using not operator. So how not works? So if I write not true, so it will change the bit. Okay, it will change true to false, false to true. Okay, so if I write like this, it will print false. If I write not false, so it will change it to true. Okay, let me write next example. So if I write false not, will this work? No, this will not work. Okay, so you have to write not first, then you have to uh, you can move forward. Okay, so this is how not works. Let's move to and. So now and works the same as the truth table we worked on. Truth table. So in truth table, you here we are using 0 as false and 1 as true. Okay, we already know that only 0 is false and every other number is true. Okay, so if you write 1 to 10, every number is true. Even negative numbers are true, only 0 is false. Okay, so if you make a truth table for AND operator, truth table for AND. Okay, so let me write like this. So we can use false and false, that is 0 and 0. 0 and 0 will always be 0, that means false. Again, we can write false and false will always be, sorry, false and true. Okay, this will always be false. If you get any false value in the input in AND operator, it will always give you false, or it will not pass the charge forward. So if you write true and false, this will always be false. But if you write true and true, it will give you true. Okay, so the only time it will give a true output is when all the inputs in the AND with the AND operator are true. Okay, so this is the same truth table we used in 0 1 when we are working on bits. So this is how it works. So if I write print false and true, what will be the output? So in AND operator, if you get any false input, it will the output will be false. Okay, if I write like false and true and false and false, or true. Okay. So as you can see, there are only AND operators and logic gates here. So if you find any false value, it will give you a false, because the only time it will give you a true is when all the inputs or all the inputs in logical operator is true. Okay, so it will give you false. Simple. So this is how and operator and logical operator work. Let's move forward. So if I use it for or, okay, so all the values will be same. If I write or here, so this is the property of Jupyter Notebook. You can press Control and click multiple places. It will work same. Okay, so if I want to work on or, the or logic or truth table work like this. If you find any true statement input as an input, the output will be true. So if I write true here, so the truth table is looking like this. So let me move forward with a question. So if I write print true or false or true or false or false. Okay, so you can give any number of falses, but if it contains any one true, the output will be true. Okay, so this is how OR works. Let's combine all of them. So let me combine all the logical operator in a question. Okay, so I'm asking a question. You can check how it works. So I'm writing false and not true, or false and not false. I'm using random values. Okay, so we will just false or true and not false and true. Okay, so this is a big question. So if you're going to solve this, there is a pattern to solving it. The pattern or the priority, because when you have you heard of Bodmas rule in mathematics? So there's a rule to the priority of, like, first we solve the brackets, then we move forward with multiplication and division, then we move forward with addition and subtraction. So this is how board mass work. But in the same case, we need priority for this. You cannot solve from left to right, but by default, everything works left to right. But we have we need to have a priority for solving this. So initially, when I wrote this, there is the exact same priority. So if I write priority will be this. If the statement contains and, oh sorry, not, the first thing will be executed will be not. Not will execute first, then and will be executed second, and or will be executed in the last. So let's solve this. So let's solve all the not values. So this is not true. Now there are multiple not. So everything works left to right. So left to right will be the solution. So when you solve this, the output will you will get is false. Okay. Now let's move forward with this not. All the not will be solved first. So this becomes true, and this becomes true again. Okay, so this is true and true. Let's move forward. All the knots are solved. Now we move forward with and. So everything works left to right, false and false, because this statement is already solved. So false and false will always be false. Okay, now this part is executed. Let's move forward with second and. So false and true. This is true. This is already solved. So false and true will be false. So this will be false. Okay, let's move forward. We have this and, so this will work. True and true. True and true will be true. Okay, and you got true here. So let's solve this as well. This and statement. So true and true will be true. So I'm writing true here. Okay, so all the knots are solved. Okay, all the ands are solved. Now remaining values are or. Okay, so this part is already solved. Okay, this is false. False or this is also false. Okay, false or false, or this part is true, this whole part is true. Okay, so if you got any number of true in or statement, it will give you a true. Okay, the output will be true, correct? So if you run this, you will get this. So this is how you solve the problems. This is the priority. First solve all the not, then solve all the and then solve all the or. So um, this is how you solve it. So that's it. Let's move forward with another topic. Um, let's end this topic here.